Hey planner friends! Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be planning from the 17th to the 23rd of October in my medium passion planner. Let's get started! So the kit that I'm using this week is House of Haunt from Plannerface, and it's this cute kind of traditional Halloween kit, and a lot of the full boxes in this kit are just kind of like how I would like to decorate my house, so I guess this really could have been an anytime kit for me. I do PR for Plannerface, so you can use my code in the description to save yourselves a little bit of money and also mention me for a freebie. If you're watching this video around the time that I've uploaded it, then hopefully the Plannerface countdown box is still available if you haven't picked one up yet. It's only available on the website and there are a limited number of each type of box, but last year's Christmas countdown was so good and I don't want any of you to miss out. As always, I've started off with the pen base of my spread, so I've shaded in the parts of the timelines where I'm going to be asleep, and then gone in with my grey Stabilo fine liner to mark in my alarm times, and split my personal and work to do boxes in half to give myself a checklist space for each day of the week, plus an extra this week one. I've then marked in my work hours using the fine liner side of my orange passion highlighter, and now I'm marking in my meals for the week using my Pilot friction pen, so writing breakfast, lunch and dinner on each day. As usual, these meals are just guidelines, so they're not the exact times that I'm going to be eating, and also I don't include breakfast on days where I don't have an alarm set just in case I sleep in. I'm then going to write in all of the days of the week into my checklist section with the fine liner side of my passion marker, and then I'm going to start highlighting, so I colour in all of the checkboxes in the bottom left hand corner, highlight over all of my meals, and also colour in the daily focus boxes of days where I'm not going to be at work, and that just keeps my pop of my October theme colour going the whole way through the spread, even though in this kit there are two other oranges, so it is a very orange spread. I feel like the orange passion marker that I've been using this October is a bit more kind of muted than the oranges that I've used for previous Octobers, which have been like Crayola Super Tips or Sharpie Yes Notes. So I feel like my October spreads for this year have been a bit less like getting hit in the face with a pumpkin. So that is it for my pen base. Now we can get started with some stickers, and as always I'm starting with my meal plan tracker, which is just something that I make in Excel and print off on sticker paper myself. I'm then adding in some deco and the squared off half box from the kit into the weekly focus box, and finishing off my sidebar with a daily check-in habit tracker and a full box over the quote section. Next I'm adding in my washi headers, so as usual I've cut one of the 15mm strips from the kit in half to cover my Space of Infinite Possibility header and my personal and work to-do list headers, and then I've cut a 6mm chunk from a second piece of washi to create my gratitude header in the bottom left hand corner. And I absolutely love the sort of woven rug pattern that's on this washi, and I'm so glad that trimming the washi down hasn't kind of lost that pattern. Then I just need to finish off the base of my spread with the weekend banner, and we can get into my plans for the week. So zooming in and starting on Monday, I'm first marking that I was duty scientist this day using a regular event label and a little thing from the kit with the Joy of Planning Scientist Girl and a bit of deco. This just marks in the 2 sessions that we have as duty scientists, but it does tend to be more of an all-day thing, so I am thinking about switching up how I'm marking it. This day I also sat next to my colleague for the whole 8 hours, who then on Tuesday tested positive for COVID, so I've been lateral flowing all week. So far I've been negative though, so I guess I've just got a fantastic immune system. For Monday evening I'm using this big fancy patterned label with a crafting doodle from Plannerface to mark in that I started filming my 2023 setup this day. I can then move on to Tuesday, where I finally have work from home scripts back, so I'm using a glitter header and a work from home script in the daily focus box to mark that I was working from home. I'm then using one of the skinny glitter headers from the box add-on sheet that I have with this kit to just fill in a little bit of time when I'm at work. Next I'm using a third box from the kit with a Stick with the Plan Co Lottie to mark in that I had my first haircut in almost a year this day. I'm then using one of my Pinky Stickers printables with a leg day script from Plannerface to mark in my first weight session of the week, which I actually did in my lunch break but couldn't be bothered to move the sticker because Tuesday evening at my gym is super busy and I did not want to be there. Moving on to Wednesday, I'm first using a label with some deco from the kit. This was originally supposed to be a one-to-one meeting, but that got moved to next week because I had to do some project work this day and I couldn't fit in both, but at least the label didn't go to waste. Also, this is why I use an erasable pen. For Wednesday afternoon, I'm using a quarter box and the laptop doodle from the kit to mark in at my usual Wednesday afternoon seminar. And unfortunately, this was the kind of Wednesday where I worked through the seminar just listening to it in my headphones. I'm then using another one of my Pinky Stickers printables to mark in doing some yoga online when I got home, and then we can flip over to the second half of the week where again I'm marking working from home using a glitter header and a work from home script in the daily focus box. I then remember to add in some of the mini glitter headers to fill in a little bit of space when I'm at work, as my new way of doing checklists doesn't take up as much space as using the old checklist stickers that used to be included in Plannerface kits. For Thursday evening, I'm using another Pinky Stickers printable and a pull day script from Plannerface to mark in my second weight session of the week, and then a recycling icon also from Plannerface to mark a reminder to take the recycling out. And then the big thing that I wanted to get done on Thursday evening was to dye my hair, so I'm using a quarter box and a doodle from Plannerface to mark that in. Friday was payday, so I'm using a label in the daily focus box with a little piggy bank doodle left over from a monthly kit and a payday script from Plannerface to mark that in. We then had a team meeting in the morning, so I'm using a third box with the phone doodle from the kit to mark that in, because this is one of the longest meetings that we have in my team at work. For Friday evening, I'm using another Pinky Stickers printable to mark in a cardio session, which just ended up being taking Reggie for a walk, and then I'm marking in my friend's birthday using a skinny event label and the balloon doodle from the kit. We can then move on to Saturday, and I have moved pretty much all of this around because some timings got changed, but first I'm using a third box with some deco from the kit and an edit script from Plannerface to mark in editing and recording this voiceover. And I'm actually recording this on Saturday because I've moved things around, so go me. I'm then using a flag and the planner doodle from the kit with a planning script from Plannerface to mark in my planning time first thing on Saturday morning, and this is one of the main things that has moved around. I can then add in the reason that everything is moved around, which is my weightlifting class, so I'm using a squished half box with a Joy of Planning weightlifting girl to mark that in. But as I mentioned in my last video, I'm now going to the team training sessions rather than the class that I was going to previously, and I set this spread up before I knew that I was going to be moving to that different time slot. After weightlifting, I'm planning on setting up my November monthly, so I'm using a quarter box with the pen pot doodle from the kit to mark that in. So Saturday is now becoming a real hobby day. I'm just doing planning and weightlifting basically. To finish off Saturday, I'm just using a half box with some deco from the kit to mark in whatever we get up to on Saturday evening. Which might even be some Sims, who knows. Moving on to Sunday, I'm first using one of the 3 heart checklist boxes from the kit to mark out a chunk of time for cleaning in the morning, and I'm decorating that with the vacuum doodle from the kit. And then I'm marking in my weight session for that day, which I'm not sure I'm going to actually get done depending on how today goes. So I'm using a Pinky Stickers printable and a push day script from Plannerface to mark that in, and I'm going to the gym first thing in the morning because I'm meeting my friend Kelly in the afternoon, who is Kel's new planner on Instagram. And I'm marking that in with one of the square boxes from the kit with some deco and also some Halloween/autumnal doodles from Plannerface. I'm then using a piece of one of the other heart checklist boxes that I've cut up to use as washi to mark in uploading this video using an Ickle & Co YouTube button icon and an upload script from Plannerface. So now I can go back in and add some decorative boxes into the spaces where I'm going to be at work. So as always, I've cut these down vertically on the sticker paper and then I'm trimming them horizontally on the planner so they fit nicely within the timelines. And of course I had to use the spooky little ghost dog from this kit. I don't think that this costume would work very well for Reggie because he's not super keen on things going over his head, but we do have a Halloween costume for him, and once he realised that he shouldn't be eating it, he should be wearing it, he kind of tolerated it, so hopefully we'll get some cute photos of him on actual Halloween. I also felt like I had to use the decorative box that I'm adding in right now because of the glass that's in it, because I'm going to take a wild guess and say that that is supposed to be an old-fashioned just based on the big chunk of ice, the cherry garnish, although I do prefer orange, and the type of glass that it's in, and that's one of my favourite cocktails, so it had to go in my planner with this spread. I'm then going to use my passion marker to add in my dots for the top 2 or 3 things that I get done at work each day, and then I'm just going to fill in that little bit of space at the beginning of Monday with another half cut glitter header. And then that is all of my stickers down for the week, so we can go back and fill in all of my plans as usual using my Pilot Friction pen. So it's been another pretty busy week, especially with work, and also with starting filming my Plansmas stuff. I'm really happy with how my 2023 setup is going so far. I've only done the first couple of pages at the front of my planner, so like my vision board for next year and my future log, but yeah, I'm really happy with the theme that I've chosen and that the ideas that I've had in my head are actually translating onto the paper. Work has also been super busy this week just because we have been one person down, and also I've been feeling kind of run down all week, which has made me super worried about having COVID because obviously my colleague had COVID. So I don't know whether it's just everything else that's going on that's making me feel really run down, or maybe I've been training too hard, although I had a deload week last week, so that shouldn't be it either. So yeah, I'm just feeling a little bit like meh, and I'm really hoping that I don't test positive at all this week. I've gone through our entire stash of lateral flows at this point. I've got one more to take just in case before I go to training this afternoon. Or you know, maybe it could be that I'm feeling really run down because we're constantly bombarded with how terrible the leadership or lack thereof in this country is, so that's great too. The washi tape from Hand Over Your Fairy Cakes that I used in my spread last week didn't really fit with the colour scheme of this week, but the sentiment still stands. I think that really throwing myself into my hobbies at the moment has helped me with like dealing with all of the just bullshit that's going on basically. Like there's an energy crisis, there's a cost of living crisis, there's just the Tories in general. But spending time setting up my planners for next year and also continuing to do my memory planning and my journaling for this year makes me feel like there's some sort of stability. Like I know what's going on in my little corner of the world, and that's keeping me sane at the moment, and it's also basically why I started planning in the first place. Like I find planning and weightlifting similarly absorbing activities. Like it takes all of my focus and I'm just focused on one thing, and that one thing is something that makes me happy. I hope that made sense. I feel like it made sense to me, at least. When it came to my focus for this week, I couldn't really think of anything specific that I wanted to focus on, so I just put stay spooky, and I feel like I've stayed pretty spooky this week because I'm a spooky person. But anyway, that is everything for my pre-planning. Let's take a look at the finished spread. So here is the spread all filled out, and as usual I'm really happy with how this one turned out. It's a proper classic Halloween spread, and this kit is just so cute, and a pretty planner spread can improve even the most busy and stressful of weeks. Not sure where this month is going, but I still have 2 weeks of spooky spreads before I move into proper November. So that's everything for this video, friends. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed it, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye!